Hello and welcome back to another video. If you're new to this series, let me tell you how it works. I listen to albums throughout the week, some new albums, some older albums. I pick ones I want to give my opinion on and review them in this video. Remember, my opinion is mine and mine only. You may have a different opinion, so don't take anything I say too seriously. Let's head on to the first album of today's video. So quick heads up after reading my intro. My voice might sound a little lower. That's not my microphone. I think I might be getting sick. I'm still not 100% positive. I hope I don't. I don't want to get sick. I'm about to start school, so it's not gonna be good if I get sick right now. So it's school. By that I mean college, right? Not high school. I'm done with that shit. But yeah, it's not. So if my voice will sound a lot lower than it does in other videos, that's on me. It's not my shitty mic this time. It'll be on me. Alright, now let's head on to the first album for real. The first album of the video will be More No Le Temas a la Oscuridad. I don't know. I know Spanish. That's just first didn't practice saying the name. By FEID, however you want to say it. This is a good album and it had many great features. My favorite feature from this album was on the song called Niña Bonita, which featured John Paul. I also do think that Privilegidos was a perfect song to end off the project with. My standout songs from this album are Niña Bonita, Gangsters y Pistolas, my fault, Bubalu, and A Shoro. Yeah. Next, also by FEID, however you want to say, is FERXXOCALIPSIS. This was another great album by FEID. This is also my favorite album of his that he has released so far. My standout songs from this album are Alacran, Luna, Escrita, and Classy 101. This album is under 30 minutes long. I think the proper runtime is 26 minutes. So if you have the time, you should definitely go listen to this album. And one thing about this album is that it was the one I was told that is one of his like lesser, not lesser, but like one of his not best projects. I just had to explain it. I don't know. My fault. I was just told that this is not his best album, to just ignore it or skip it. I like this album. This was my favorite album of his, and it still is my favorite album of his, cause I think this is the last FEID song. This is the last FEID album that I'll be reviewing until he releases a new album. Cause I listened to all his other ones after this one, right? And I just didn't enjoy any of them. They felt way too overhyped. I guess this is what Jack Boys 2 was for many people, where many of his where it just felt overhyped for not, and when you went to listen to it, just wasn't what you were expecting. That's low-key what I felt for his albums after this one. Is I was overhyped on them. I went and listened to them. I see how people can like it, but I just feel like they were overhyped for me. So that's the main reason why this is my favorite album of his. This next one is by a smaller, and I do mean this time, a very small artist called Dom. And the album's name is called Surrey Sunrise. He had many good songs on this album. It was a super short album, so by that I mean like a majority of songs are good. And he also had very good flow on multiple songs as well. One problem I did have with this album though was that some of the songs had way too much bass, however you want to say it, on them. And I do listen to all of these albums with my skull candy, which is why I usually do take like a 1 week break at the beginning of every month, just so my ears don't die out on me and I don't go deaf by the age of 20. I am 18, turning 19, by the way. So it does make it didn't be it low-key was a hard listen for some of the songs, but overall on the songs that I was able to hear, the ones I was able to hear him sing on, they were very good. Like I did say, he had very good flow on many of the songs. He is a very, very small artist, so if you do want to check him out, just let me know, and I'll just link you his Apple Music link. I don't know his link for Spotify. I don't know his link for Apple Music. I don't know his Instagram. I don't know his Amazon. I don't know anything about this guy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know how I found this guy in the first place. I cannot remember how I found this guy, right? Because it's not like the other smaller artist called Jared Falls, which I still have to listen to his other album. I don't know. I haven't done that yet, but I found on TikTok. This guy Dom, I don't know how I found him, right? I guess I must just assume I was scrolling on Apple Music, found him, found one of his albums, listened to it. But he is a very small artist. This album is under 20 minutes, I think. Hold up. Um, where is it? Yeah, it's under 20 minutes. It's just the actual runtime is 17. So this is one you could fit in. But I am saying if you are listening to this with Skull Candy or any type of headphones that do have a lot of bass to them, just know some of the songs will be a hard listen because it's just the bass is too bass. It's just way too overpowering. But I do say please go check this guy out. He is a very small artist. If you do want to check him out, I have his Apple Music link. You could probably just go to his Apple Music and use like many of the other websites to just take you to his Spotify, to his Amazon Music, to his I don't fucking know SoundCloud, to his I don't know if you're one of the three years subtitle, I don't know. But yeah, go listen to his album, please. If you need the link, which I'm assuming you will, just let me know and I'll give you the link to his artist profile for Apple Music. Now we have Fetti by The Alchemist, Curren, and Freddie Gibs. Finally, it feels like for the first time in a million years I can review an Alchemist album because it's long enough, ish, and it's not just instrumentals. So let's go on with it. So this album definitely 100,000% had an old school type feel for a hip hop and rap album. It was a very beautifully produced album, but of course it was produced by The Alchemist, so it does make sense that the production was amazing. This was an amazing listen, with the album being a little over 20 minutes long. I think it was 23 minutes long if I do remember. I do say you should 100% go listen to this album, especially if you're into old school hip hop, especially if you're into old school rap. This album will for sure fall into your lovely ears. Like, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm not reading off the script anymore. I don't know where I was going with that. This is a very good album. I wouldn't 100% worth to listen. I'm just more happy that I can finally review an Alchemist album. I think the last Alchemist album I reviewed was Alfredo 2, which he did with Freddie Gibbs, actually. Wow. Hold up. I must just open up Apple Music because I don't remember. I think, oops, that's Taylor Swift. Oops, we might review her new album. I don't know. The Alchemist. Yeah, it was Alfredo too by him and Freddie Gibbs. But yeah, I'm just more happy that I can review an Alchemist album than anything, bro. I like listening to this guy's albums. It's just they're way too short. But I am getting to the point where I'm starting to reach more of his longer length albums, which is cool. So you might be expecting more Alchemist reviews in the future. Hell yeah. Next is Back in Black by AC/DC. This album was amazing, and I definitely will be recommending this album to anyone who asks me for an album recommendations. With the album being 42 minutes long, I'd say it is 100% worth that time. You should go listen to it. My standout songs are what? Shoot the Shoot the Thrill, Back in Black, and You Shook Me All Night Long. I don't know why I wasn't able to read my own script. There is something I'm gonna assume I forgot to write because this review just seems way too short. Uh, the guitar parts. Why didn't I mention that? The song "Have a Drink on Me" had an amazing guitar part. Like that, it was just beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was just beautiful how well that guitar part worked. I don't know how to explain it because usually for stuff like that, I'd be like, "Oh, it's a great beat," but obviously they're a band, so it's not beats. It's technically still a beat, but it just feels wrong calling it a beat. But just know the guitar did go crazy on that song, and this is my favorite AC/DC album so far. I haven't finished all of them. I hold up. I'll just open up my phone and confirm. I'm on album 8 of 16 for them, so I do still have a couple of albums left, and I have been enjoying listening to their albums. So, it's not like I'm having a bad time. And I think that's one of the few ACDC albums that I've been able to review, because for most of them I just feel neutral. So yeah, I'm actually happy. But yeah, I definitely recommend listening to this album as well. It was definitely worth the time. Go listen to it, even if you're not into. Well, I don't know what type of genre this is. I need to start writing this stuff down on the notebook. I have the notebook to write this stuff down, but it's like I always forget. Um, what's it called? Oh my god, you're just so stupid. Give me a second. Give me a second. Back and Black. Hard rock. Hard rock. Hey. But yeah, definitely go listen to it. It was a great time listening to this album. Last and surprisingly not least is an album I heard on the day it dropped called Am I Drama by Cardi B. I was not expecting to enjoy this album as much as I did, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I will be back next week with a deeper ish review, but there were some songs that stood out to me while I was listening to the album, and they are Hello, Bodega Batty, Outside, and Up. The only reason Up stood out to me was because that's the song they used for for SummerSlam, New Jersey, and I was at SummerSlam, New Jersey. I saw Cardi B in person, but my dumbass deleted the fucking picture, and that pisses me off. That pisses me off a lot, because I know a couple people that it would be a flex to show them that I've seen Cardi B in person. But yeah, and it's the same thing with me not having enough storage to record the Brock Lesnar return. But yeah, this album I was not expecting it to enjoy it as much as I did. This album is an hour and some minutes long. 11 minutes long, an hour, 11 minutes long. So it is a very long album. So when I was going into this and I saw the original length, I was like, oh, it's going to be a very hard listen. It was not a hard listen. You do know what a hard listen was? Breach by 21 Pilots. I still did not like that album. Clancy was way better. It's and it's supposed to be about Am I Drama. Yeah, I'm starting drama right now. Fucking Breach was a terrible album. For sure, 21 Pilots worst album ever. Maybe worst album of the year in my opinion. Breach was ass. Clancy was peak. I'm happy that I bought Clancy, but yeah, I will be back next week with a deep review on this album. As for many of the songs, the lyrics weren't up quite yet, so I'm hoping that by next week they will be up. It was like Jack Boys where I did wait the week and the lyrics were up, so I'm hoping it's the same thing for this album. If not, I'm screwed. And that is it, Girl Scouts. It is a longer video from last week, which is good. It is what I'm aiming for. But we do have to go over the honorable mentions. The honorable mentions are, of course, Breach by 21 Pilots, Los Nueve de Feraxo y Sky Rompido by FEID and Sky Rompido, Feraxo Volume 10 or X, Sagrado by FEID, how you want to say it, For Those About to Rock by AC/DC, Rapper's Best Friend 5 by The Alchemist, Tron Ares by 9 Inch Nails, and Flick the Switch by AC/DC. So for Tron Ares, it was an album that did release on this past Friday. So when I saw it, I was like, "Ooh, it's gonna be fire, right?" Because it looked fire. I knew it was for a Disney movie, but I thought it was going to be like a lot more vocals. This shit was an instrumental album. There were some songs with lyrics, but a majority was instrumental albums, and I will not review instrumental albums. I think I've only reviewed one instrumental album, and I want to say that was Rapper's Best Friend 1 or 2 by The Alchemist. It was one of those. But going forward, I just don't plan on reviewing instrumental albums because I just don't feel like I'm there yet to be able to describe how beats sounded. So maybe someday in the future I'll be able to describe to you how beats sound and everything. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so Bleach, reason why it's on my honorable mentions, it's just most of the songs didn't stand out to me. It felt a very bland album. Clancy was way better. I had high expectations going into this album. They were not met. That is for sure my fault. But yeah, coming off from Clancy, which blew my expectations. I was going into this very excited, very high expectations. They just got broken. Los Nueve de Feraxo Sky Rompido by FEID and Sky Rompido. The main honorable mention for this album, I think, I want to say it's similar for Bleach, yeah, similar. Most of the songs I felt nothing neutral, right? There was one standout song for me, and that's De Repente. That was my only standout song from there. What's next? Next is Feraxo Value 10, Sagrado by Fade. This album was so overhyped for me. I was being told this is gonna be my favorite album of all time by his. It was too overhyped for me. I felt nothing for most of the songs. For the song Daleks on this album, I did like the Ty Dollar Sign feature. That one did catch me off guard, and it was a very good song. No Me Dejó plus XX I Am Breed, I think so I say that. It was an ass song, probably one of his worst songs I've ever heard. Yeah, and he did have some good beats, but just for most of the songs, they 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 didn't feel nothing. They felt mid for me. What's next? For those about to rock, right? Yeah, for those about to rock by AC/DC. The same thing for many AC/DC albums that would end up on audible mentions. It's just I don't feel much about them. I don't have enough for review. I don't feel like I'm there yet to review them. Maybe someday in the future I will be able to, and maybe I'll come back to them and review and give them a second review for y'all. But as of now, it is on the honorable mentions. Next is a rapper's best friend 5 by the Alchemist. Not reason for it not lining for a review is it's an instrumental album. I don't know how to describe beats super well. And then after that, it is Tron Aries by Non M Snails. Some of this, like I said, some of the songs did have vocals, were actual songs, but a majority of this album was just instrumentals. So I don't, I didn't want to start with what's it called? Oh my god, my manager sent a message for the same spot. Because this is just me going off my head. There is no script here. This is something I'm going to do, explaining why stuff ended up on honorable mentions. It's just majority's instrumental. And last was Flick the Switch by AC/DC. Same thing as before. I just felt neutral for many of the songs. They didn't feel bad, they didn't feel good, but was definitely not enough for a review. And that is it for that. I got you a video out this week with a lot more albums, a lot more honorable mentions. I think I listened to 12 albums this week. So I listened to 12 albums on this week on top of me working and on top of me dealing with the school I'm going to. And by that, I mean just having a meeting with them, which was like 27 minutes. So that's me just exaggerating for y'all. But yeah, there's not much else for me to say other than go ahead and follow all my socials down below. I think I do have my Twitch and Instagram should be linked down below. Twitch, I'm live there pretty much every single day. Maybe there'll be like 1 or 2 days a week where I don't go live. Like, did I go live? I did go live today, shit. But there are a couple of days of the week I don't go live. I am recording this on a Sunday. But David, I thought you said Sundays were a no-go because of the NFL. Well, yeah, when the Raiders get bent over by the Commanders, I'm pretty sure I don't care for football the rest of the day. 24-41, are we serious? Was that even the final score? I probably read the score wrong. And the Chiefs are beating the Giants! Oh my gosh, it's just a boring game. Sunday Night Football's even more boring, so it's not worth my time. But yeah, 24-41. What the Raiders are an embarrassment of a franchise. Hey, maybe next week we'll win. Who the hell do we play next week? We play the Bears! Yes, we should win that. But knowing the Raiders, we'll find a way to lose 0 to 65,000. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, like I did say earlier, I am gonna be starting school soon. Not next week, but the week after. I'll be starting school. I am doing online school as it is the best for me. As I am a supervisor at my job now, so I do have to reach a couple. I need to reach an hour requirement every week, which is fine by me. More money for me, right? But just know that maybe start expecting a lot less albums per video. Like last week's video, maybe that's what I'll be doing, right? Because I'm not gonna push myself, right? Because maybe the first couple of weeks I will be able to push myself, but definitely there will be a time where I'm just gonna have to, because at the end of the day, YouTube is a side thing for me. It is something I do for fun. This is all for fun. This just gives me an excuse to listen to a lot of albums. Because if anyone asks me why, I can be like, oh, it's for YouTube. I do YouTube series, right? That's usually my excuse anyways. But just know if content starts slowing down a lot, it is because I have started school, not high school. Don't get me confused. YouTube, don't take me down. I am 18, turning 19 in a couple months. You have no reason to take the channel down. But yeah, also, how do I prove I'm not AI? Because I know YouTube's throwing out an like anti-AI, which is a fucking W, right? But I don't show my face anymore on the channel, so I don't know how to prove that. I don't want to bring back my face cam because I said that's a very shitty face cam. We'll figure that out if I ever do get flagged for AI. I don't think I will, but maybe I will because I keep using F1 content because it's the only game I've been playing right now. I tried playing GTA. I gave up like 20 minutes in because I got bored. Fortnite. Fuck, man. I don't touch that game anymore. Maybe I'll play the finals because that's the game I do enjoy a lot. So maybe that'll be next week's background footage. And Roblox. I'm playing Roblox a lot, but it's a game that's very boring. I'd much rather give you guys the F1 race than that. But yeah, it's not much else for me to say in this video. That's pretty much it. Once again, if my voice did sound a lot lower, if I do sound sick, it's because I might be getting sick. I hope I don't get sick, but whatever, right? But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow all my socials linked down below, if I remember to link them. And like always, continue practicing your running, man. Yeah.